Alright, backyarders, I am back. I'm here to explain to you where I'm at this point. As you can see, I've got the factory area. One of the things I've learned, and I'm going to tell you this, it's not a cheat, it's not a sneak around, it's not anything, okay? The reality is that when you're doing this on a weekend or you're trying to do this in a very short period of time, it's impossible to do super high-end custom where you fabricate all this and stuff. It's just not possible. So in this case, I'm actually removing this out of the dash anyway. So I'm going to utilize all the factory components, the plastic bezel structure, the probably this little bucket here. I've still got to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But so what I'm doing is that because I'm doing this at the same time with writing a blog on CAs and how to use CAs and epoxies, primers, all the things you need for plastic work. A lot of people don't know how to do plastic work. Woodworking is generally easy to do. You woodwork. I mean, yeah, there's skill sets to woodworking, but in general, it's pretty easy to do. Plastic's a different story because we're dealing with molecular bonding. Now we could just do surface tension type stuff where we just dump glue in this corner here and then pray it holds just by simply by mechanical locking it in place, by putting material on top, putting material on the bottom. My goals is to actually bond the plastics to each other. One of the things that's a little difficult to do with is that plastics inherently are not all made the same. So this could be an ABS plastic, this could be a PP style plastic, or PPE, or any type of different, basically the same things like milk jugs are made out of. Those plastics are inherently more difficult to bond to because there's a great deal of surface tension. And so to break down that to be able to have the molecular bonds touch each other, you have to be able to break that surface. Now, a couple of ways of doing that is one of them is by scuffing, by simply physically abrasing the surface so that you have more surface area to lay the adhesive onto. Not necessarily bond directly to, but just lay it on there like hair on a surface, and the molecules bond into the hair area. This case, what we're doing is that I'm actually going to physically have a molecular bond between these two surfaces. So when this is done, this is actually now part of this through a series of prepping of the plastic, using a special poly primer that I use. And this will allow me to bond the whole system together. Here we have a large crack across the top side, which I have to fill. What I'm going to use plastic. Again, I'm just going to use plastic to fill this area. I'm not going to do wood. I'm going to try to minimize the amount of Bondo that I use as a filler. Here on the back side, the same thing. We have this large gap area, and I have to fill this all in and come up with a way to make this look like, with the ridges, going in, and this little ridge right here going up. And making this all look still the same. So, but for right now, that's where I'm at. So until I see you guys again, this is Matt Bogart, Backyard Installers.